What's going on? What's going on? Everybody out there in the YouTube universe that know and love me. Hey, baby, I see you. I love you too. Y'all, my brothers, I love you too, man. Anyway, I was just philosophizing, thinking to myself with bone in hand, as I have a tendency to do here. And I was contemplating the late, great William Cooper. And I got a term from this guy. It's called shock testing. Shock testing is usually what the government does is they find a small community and they do sociological experiments or maybe even biological experiments on it and then extrapolate the findings to see how people in the big city will react to it and even as a nation react to it. Check out Behold the Pale Horse. And what they found was that there was a correlation between cigarettes, fantastic movies, as well as gas prices. So what they found was when you raise the price of gas, the average man, in order to escape some of his burdens and alleviate them, he'll smoke cigarettes and he'll watch fantastic movies. And my own observation I'll add to that is, drug use will definitely go up. It will be on the rise because they're trying to escape their burdens, man. Life sucks to them at that point. But they found that there was a correlation for that. And that got me thinking, were they shock testing in Katrina? Think about it. When there was a great public disaster and there was high waters and there was dead people left and right, the government said, come, my friends. Come to my Superdome, and there you shall find shelter and food and safety. Now, I remember thinking to myself at the time of Katrina, can you leave when you want to? And we all found out that you couldn't. Once you got in the Superdome, you couldn't leave the Superdome. Remember the gun confiscations? I guess that was for my benefit too. They're in a state of lawlessness. I guess you only want the military to have the guns. So you have to do essentially what they say. You have no say in the own, welfare of your own family at that point, since they have the gun. It's not even the rule of law at that point. It's the law of the jungle. Actually, matter of fact, I was just thinking it's like, it's the law of the jungle with the guys with the rule of law. Hey, the law says that you better get your fucking ass to the Superdome. And so does me and my soldier buddies, all 9 of us, with big guns. But anyway, I remember Geraldo Rivera saying, man, I think it'd be better if all the people in the Superdome and people that just needed food and water just walk up the highways and just fend for themselves. And I was thinking to myself, you know what, that'd probably be the best for them. As a matter of fact, remember all those donations from with the Walmart trucks, and FEMA said, nah, we don't need your food around here, when the cameras in the Superdome and around the Superdome, with those refugees, said the exact opposite. Those pictures of refugees scrounging for food said they need some motherfucking food. They need help. But they couldn't really get too much of that help. What they had was some cots and a condescending Nancy Reagan, or one of those, I guess it was President Bush's wife, saying, wow, these black people have it better than they did in their own homes. They have regular meals. What kind of bullshit is that? I just felt the need to interject that. But when the next disaster happens, and get your heads out of under your blankets, because it's gonna. Or are we in denial of that too? Everything's gonna be fine forever and ever. Although you don't see the things happening in the economy and us as a society, and even like the biological component. I mean, with your swine flu, that was a total fake. Your bird flu, total fake. I mean, think about it, man. They're prepping us for what? Remember with swine flu that they had us as a nation in such a frenzy that they was actually forcing people in Minnesota to get swine flu, when in reality it just killed one person, with official proof. As a matter of fact, if you compare the swine flu deaths with the deaths of the average flu season, you'll see there's not much of a difference. You see, I believe that was shock testing too. They was thinking, how much can we hype the people up, scare the shit out of them, and get them into a frenzy, and how easy is it? What are their buttons to push? Matter of fact, I believe that they know the buttons to push. Let's see how will this work in this way. And they found out that they could. People across the nation were getting so scared that they would. They was implementing mandatory swine flu inoculations across the nation. Matter of fact, in New York, there was some nurses that had to bring a lawsuit saying that, you know what, this swine flu is unproven. It may be more dangerous than the swine flu itself. You know, show us some results, or else don't fucking inoculate me. But that was also some shock testing. So when there's a great pandemic, you know that they're gonna rush some inoculation on you. That remember swine flu? It only took them like 6 months to test it and get it out to the public. And did they even have some lab findings of its efficacy? No, they didn't. Were there any real people tested? No, there weren't. There weren't any real lab tests at all. There was just a bunch of test tube tests, a bunch of theorem tests. There was no test on old, young, or healthy. You can check this out, man. You can Google these things. Matter of fact, we're on YouTube, baby. YouTube me. Google me. Google everything I say. Make sure everything is a fact and a correlation. And if I'm wrong and I'm corrected, that's great, man. I'm just trying to find some truth. I'm not trying to be the great Pharisee with the stone tablet telling you I know what I know and follow me. No, I'm just trying to, get some truth here. But think about it. When the next disaster comes through, will you be so apt to go to the government facility knowing that you will not be able to leave? Or will you trust in yourself that you might fare better by yourself? Will you actually buck the government when they come to confiscate your guns? And will you say to yourself, why are they confiscating my guns? Is it to quell any resistance that I might have? And if it comes to the rule of the jungle? Huh? I'm talking crazy? Am I? Are my ideas, are they far left field? Nah, think about this. And I want you to think about this too. Don't go. At least that's what I'm going to do. Matter of fact, y'all going to do what you want to, but that's the reason why I'm not going to go. There's going to be a great disaster, there's going to be a great plague, or some other crazy bullshit, then they're going to make it seem like it's the greatest idea in the world to come to that government facility. I call it the Great Roundup. We just round everybody up, the fish in the brow technique. I wonder if those great government facilities that will keep us safe and warm, I wonder if they're those FEMA camps that you can Google and you can check out for yourself. I wonder if they're those FEMA camps. And have you seen those ads for those jobs for those FEMA camps? Paramilitary, interrogation, detainment of hostile forces. But they don't mention military, they don't mention police. They offer associates in this. Look at the commercials, man. Check out the jobs. Put two and two together. They're detaining who? The great paramilitary force that Barack Obama was referencing when he was on the campaign trail. Remember, he said, we need a great military force equal or greater to our military. Who will head this force? Was he bullshitting? Is it just a local idea that he was just, saying on the campaign trail, or is it being implemented right now? And who are they going to be detaining? All the terrorists out there are not Ahmeds and Mohammeds, man. They come closer to your face every day. Think about it. But I rant and I rave and I rave and I rant like I have a tendency to do, which I love doing, man. So shout me out if I hit a nerve, or if you feel like I need some correction and you have some great truths or more truths to the truth that we're all trying to find out here. And tell me what you think. Are you going to be rounded up? If you want to be, if you're for the great roundup, and if there was shit hitting the fan and there was a comet hitting or disaster, there's riots in the streets, please explain to me why you would go to the government facility rather than, trust in your own. If you don't have anybody, if you're old and elderly, I can understand that. Because between me and you, I can't really see, my mother going through the woods with me because she has some mobility problems. Some things I have to think about. And she also has some other issues, but that's complete digression, and I can understand that if that's your situation. You have a terrible chronic disease and you can't find those medicines out in the wilderness, you might have to go to that roundup and just hope for the best. But I'm just trying to make you aware that it's going to be a roundup, like a cattle ranch, like fish in a barrel, man. And I'm nobody's fucking minnow. Ain't gonna be netting me like that, brother. I'm a piranha, and my 4/5 will help me bite your ass. It will help me protect my family. And this food is gonna help me feed my family so I don't have to suck the teat of Uncle Sam and acquiesce to what he wants me to do. Be a voluntary workforce or, you know, help him soldier or whatever the fuck is in that bait that they'll present to you. I don't want none of it. And when you're self-sufficient, you don't have to bow down or kowtow to no man. And that's what I want to be. That's what I'm trying to, that's what I am. I don't want no parts of that bullshit. So, if you're for the roundup, hey man, hit me up, tell me why. If you're not, and you feel me, hey, tell me why you feel me, rather than just give me a dumbass, yeah man, it's cool, I feel you, man. It's not really intelligent. That doesn't really tell me, you know, show me your support. Thank you. That's not intelligent elaboration, though. But I catch y'all on the flip, alright? I am thus a real wonder. Be blessed and be wary. I'm going to say it again. It's not a fucking saying. Be wary. Be wary of false prophets. Be wary of talking heads that sound smart. Check and verify their information. Be wary.